r/AskReddit by Redmond Dts. What's a good example of ignorance is bliss. I used to work as a carer for the elderly. I used to look after this guy in his late 70s. He was struggling in the shower and to dress himself. I used to help. His occupational therapist or general practitioner or social worker, not sure who, visited and told him he won't improve, and he's not going to get stronger or better, and that he will need support for the rest of his life most likely. As he heard that, the color drained from his face. He was so shocked and scared, and upset by hearing that. He went white as a sheet. He then went and laid in bed, where he stayed depressed and withdrawn for 2 weeks, and died. He believed up until that point it was just temporary support, and he would be able to walk along the beach again one day. That I was there to help him get better, and that is what we were all working towards. He then trusted the healthcare professional that what they told him was fact. He would not actually be getting any better, and it destroyed his will to live. He would have been better being ignorant to the fact he was going to need ongoing support, as he was a completely different person before he was told that. The change was instant. Most of people don't realize how many parasites live on us. There's lots of small things living in our hair and skin. When I had my heart attack, and my daughters flew in to see me, the ex-husband of one told me later that she didn't want to come, and my ex-husband bought her ticket so she would agree to fly out. Being able to enjoy movies, music, etc. without knowing that the star is a huge creep or criminal. Some people can separate art from artists, but I usually have a hard time with that. A classic example is not knowing how food is made. As a middle-class peon, I once figured out how small I was next to one of the billionaire masters of the universe. It was disheartening. Basically, if I worked every day, had no expenses, and saved every cent, I could equal their wealth. If I started before Homo sapiens progenitors left Africa. Most people can't grasp the magnitude of the mega rich's wealth. Knowing my partner was cheating. As soon as I found out he had been sleeping with his ex the past year, every happy moment felt gross, knowing he was actively cheating on me during those times. Political ignorance. People feel secure in their party's position without looking into the issues and the motivations of their political choices. Not knowing your crush never liked you back lets you enjoy the fantasy without heartbreak. But later finding out they did, and you never even took your shot. Just everyday driving on the roads and highways. One of the riskiest things people do every day, without a second thought. Being a child, adulthood ain't all it's cracked up to be. Take me back to when homework and taking out the trash were my biggest problems. I don't watch the news. Lots of grim examples here, guess I'll balance it out. My grandpa was diagnosed with cancer when he was 81, and he lived a very active fun life. My grandma was also a huge worrier and was quite anxious of being alone. My dad and his siblings sat down together, discussed, and all eventually agreed to just not tell my grandparents about my grandpa's diagnosis. They were told he was only going to live a year tops. This would have crushed both my grandparents. He lived until 97 and never knew. He got to live 16 more worry-free years with my grandma until they both passed together. He actually died from natural causes rather than the cancer. Man was resilient. I recently thought about this while watching House of Dynamite. They pretty much have a 10-minute heads up that Chicago is about to get wiped off the map, not nearly enough time to evacuate the city. So instead of alerting them and causing them to live their last 10 minutes in fear, the government just keeps it quiet and focuses their energy on considering how they should respond to the attack instead. Let me be clear, I'm not a big fan of government, especially when it comes to lying or cover-ups. But if a nuclear bomb was headed for my house, and there's nothing I can do, I'd rather just live the last few minutes of my life in ignorance. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more. Have a nice evening.